I hate to say I told you so, and I take absolutely no joy in reporting this, but I've been telling you for weeks, ever since the November 5th election, that Donald Trump is going to deport legal U.S. citizens. And over the weekend, during his appearance on Meet the Press with host Kristen Welker, Donald Trump confirmed, in his own words, saying, yes, we will deport legal citizens. But he swears he's totally doing it out of the goodness of his heart because he doesn't want to split up these families, right? I mean, if you had people that were in this country illegally and they have a child, that child automatically becomes a citizen of this country, legally, under the 14th Amendment, birthright citizenship. But Trump says he doesn't care, because it would be horribly heartbreaking to deport the parents and then just leave the baby. I'm not a monster. So get the baby out with them because the baby's here legally, but the parents were illegal. So bye to all of you because I don't want to split up the family. Here's what Trump said. I don't want to be breaking up families, so the only way you don't break up the family is you keep them together and you have to send them all back. Because, just keeping them all together, but here apparently is not an option. It actually is an option, but it's definitely not something that Donald Trump and Stephen Miller and Tom Homan are going to consider. Nope. Doesn't matter if the child, however old they may be at this point, doesn't matter that they have birthright citizenship. If the parents don't, you're all out of here. To hell with the Constitution, right? But then after making that statement, Donald Trump, of course, did pledge to end birthright citizenship. But in between there, he made this statement that is so absolutely off the walls incoherent that I have to read it to you. Because first he's like, you have to send them all back. And then he continues and he says, you can always find something out like, this doesn't work, that doesn't work. I'll tell you what's going to be horrible. When we take a wonderful young woman who's with a criminal and they show the woman and she could stay by the law, but they show the woman being taken out, or they want her out and your cameras are focused on her as she's crying, as she's being taken out of our country. And then the public turns against us, but we have to do our job and you have to have a series of standards and a series of laws. And in the end, look, our country's a mess. Do you understand any of that? Like, our country is a mess is what he ends with. No, dude, your freaking brain is a mess. That's not a coherent thought. None of that is. And that is all, that's not there's no ellipses in there. I'm not paraphrasing. I'm not selectively quoting. That was the whole statement he made because he's effing insane. Just absolutely mashed potato brain insane. And then, of course, he continued on the birthright citizenship saying, we're going to have to get it changed. Well, we'll maybe have to go back to the people, but we have to end it. Which, of course, birthright citizenship, as I mentioned, is enshrined in the U.S. Constitution, the 14th Amendment. In order to change that, you would have to change the Constitution itself, right? So a lot of people think, hey, don't worry, we're covered because nobody has the numbers right now to change the Constitution. But you're forgetting something. Yes, we have these protections in the Constitution, and that seems pretty rock solid, right? Well, let me ask you this. Whose job is it to interpret what the Constitution actually says? That group of 6 conservatives in black robes at the U.S. Supreme Court. So if they get their hands on this case, because it eventually, if he tries it, will go to the Supreme Court, possibly expedited to the Supreme Court, they could easily say, no, the Constitution doesn't actually mean that. It means, if you're a legal citizen and you have a child, that kid has birthright citizenship. They can interpret it any way they want because there's no accountability for them. There's nothing we can do about it. So if you think the Constitution being in place is going to protect us, you got another thing coming. Because those 6 conservatives on that Supreme Court are going to make sure the Supreme Court says whatever Donald Trump wants it to say. That is where the real danger lies. And of course, that's only step 1. right? Getting rid of birthright citizenship, getting these people out of here to keep the families together because we love them so much. Once they do that, they're coming after the naturalized citizens. I've talked about that before too. That's what they call Operation Second Look. It has a name. The program to deport, to denaturalize people has a freaking name. That's how serious they are about it. So getting rid of the children is the first step. The denaturalization process that Stephen Miller himself has, championed, that's step 2. And I guarantee you, they will have the Supreme Court behind them every step of the way. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.